Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Death Battle Cast. A very special Death Battle Cast today, a
Yeah, it
unique
is.
one, due to us releasing a very unique death battle. Hey, I'm Ben, voice of Wiz, joined by Chad, voice of Boomstick, and special guest of the show, Sean. Who are you?
Who am I? What am I doing here? Uh, hey everyone, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So
So Sean
yeah,
was one
yeah.
of, if not like the main guy animating Guy versus Tahu, right?
Yep. I directed, animated, did VFX on it, along with a super cool team. I'm part of Apartment D Films, or just Apartment D. We're a stop motion studio started by me and my business partners Max and Cami. We originally were in an apartment, hence the name. Then we're in a garage for a bunch of years, and now we're here.
By
Heck
here,
yeah.
do you mean like you got like a big studio, or like
Oh
what does
yeah, I
that
guess
mean?
this doesn't really capture all of it, but yeah,
Yeah.
we have a warehouse in Burbank now that we're working out of. Um, and yeah, we've been here for like 5 years, I want to say.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
yeah, actually,
That's
the
awesome.
at this point starting to expand to another warehouse because we got a whole lot going on.
Yeah, well, we've been trying to work with y'all for years.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
We yeah,
it's
we
been
started
such a
talking
journey.
in the Rooster Teeth days, and then,
Yeah.
it died. Uh, so
Wait, since okay, you moved to the warehouse 5 years ago. Does that mean you reached out? Because I think you originally reached out to us. Would that have been
Mm,
before the warehouse? Has
I
it
think
been that long?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, because we've
Yeah.
been talking about doing this for a very long time. But obviously, stop motion is like a big investment, and it
Mm,
would have to be something that we really like make sure we have the time and money and experience
mm,
for. And
totally.
just the cards never fell right for us.
Mm.
With the pandemic happened, and then Rooster Teeth's shutdown happened. But then we went indie, and you guys reached out again. And we were like, okay, we gotta make this
yeah.
work.
It's
We're
time.
gonna make this work.
Yeah, and I mean,
Hell
Ben and I
yeah.
have wanted to do a stop motion episode for an eternity. Like,
Mm.
I don't even remember the first time it got brought up, but a long time ago, like early full screen days.
Oh,
And so this was really cool. Like, this has been on our bucket list for the show for a really long time, and so it finally happened. And man, did you guys
hell yeah.
knock it out of the park? And I don't. The community has been quite kind. They've been like losing their minds. I've seen a lot of questions, which is why we're kind of doing this special episode.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people being like, surely that wasn't like all stop motion, or like that couldn't have been practical, and like and blah, blah, blah. And so like we got a lot of cool stuff to show off.
Yeah.
Sean has
Oh
brought
yeah.
some goodies and some videos and things. And yeah,
Yeah.
so we just kind of want to talk about the making of it and go through your questions. And I've already got a bunch of super chats. So
Hell yeah.
Incredible. So
yeah.
real quick before we jump into behind the scenes quick announcements and whatnot. So if you are not aware, Chad and I will be going to Dragon Con pretty soon. That is a convention in Atlanta, Georgia, from September 3rd to 7th. And I saw somebody asking earlier if we're going to be there
Yeah.
the whole time or whatnot. Um, we should be. I don't actually know if they have their schedule up on the website yet, but like we do have a number of different events. I think we have an event every day,
We have
maybe.
a panel every day.
Mhm.
Except on one of there's like a Sunday morning one that you're on that I'm not. But anyway, but yeah, we've got something like I
Uh-huh.
think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think if the con technically goes through Monday, but we're there the whole time.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm so excited because I've wanted to go to Dragon Con forever. It's like basically Magfest is like my favorite convention ever, and it's like a super Magfest is all I've heard from everybody. So like I'm really really looking forward
Yeah.
to it. So hope to see y'all
Yeah.
there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you can only go like 1 or 2 days, go ahead and check their schedule on the Dragon Con website. Um, we're listed somewhere. I couldn't tell you where the events are, but I know we have different events throughout the weekend. So
Yep.
should
And
should be able to make at least one, I'm sure.
Gilded, thank you for gifting out 5 memberships, and Night Ghost gave out their 1 special membership. Thank you. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. You want me
And
to
we are
hit some
also,
of
of
these?
course, yeah,
Good.
real quick, we're also, of course, going to Clock Tower Con, our second time going to the Blood on the Clock Tower Convention in Las Vegas. That's at the end of September 25th through 27th. And then, of course, because an episode of Death Battle is out, tomorrow we have Fireside Chat. I got to it, Joe. Don't worry. I see you in chat.
Yeah, no, he already done. He got the super chat in. Sean, we have a community member that really likes to keep us on our toes for Fireside Chat because we used to forget about it a lot.
We used to forget to announce Fireside Chat all the time. And Joe's like, hey, guys, come on.
And I hope you're having a great time at Universal Studios, Joe.
And we might be doing more behind the scenes about this during Fireside Chat, because usually Fireside Chat is just kind of a loose Q&A about the episode. And this Death Metal Cast is very much going to be like, let's look at like the behind the scenes stuff. Sean has a bunch of cool stuff to show off. And so the Q&A tomorrow will be more loose and like directly answering a bunch of questions and whatnot. Okay. Before we get into the super chats, Chad, I do think we should show off a little bit of what you have to show, because I know there was specifically, there's one thing that I think a lot of people are very curious about, and the big thing that came up when we first announced Tahu versus Tahu versus Bionicle, all of Bionicle, Kai versus Tahu,
the whole cast.
The Lego minifigures are so tiny. Kai's gonna be so tiny compared to Tahu. You guys did something special with Kai, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
For have the original chart that we made, we did a whole deep dive into like how big Tahu and Kai would be, and we were able to with 3D printing scale up Kai so that he could match Tahu on stage.
Look at that! Oh my god,
a lot of fun.
And it's like way more articulate than a normal minifig too, right? With like wires inside and whatnot.
Yeah. So this guy is all the limbs are detachable. They have he's a little beat up now, but they all have wires with brass stock inside. I don't know if we'll show to camera, but there's a brass stock nub in there. And so the brass stock arm can like insert here. We also have a couple wild limbs, which are limbs without any additional rigging. They can get attached with different kind of waxes and tacks, or just float around the puppet. Then for a couple moves, we created clay limbs, so that way we could get extra bends and extra stretches with them.
That's
awesome. Definitely looks like it's been beat up a bit after.
Oh yeah, he's been through a lot.
He's been through a death battle. Come on, like
Tahu of all people.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's incredible. Which another big question I know a lot of people had, and don't worry, it's not as bad as you think. So the ending of the fight, spoilers, if you haven't seen this episode, you really should check it out. It's incredible. Like, these guys did such an amazing work with stop motion. The ending of the fight does involve melting a character.
I was gonna save that. All right, this is the burning question.
No. Yeah, this is such a big question that
a melting question.
Yeah. And so a lot of people might have thought like, oh no, these Bionicle figures are like, they're kind of rare these days, or
they're vintage
expensive. Now. Yeah. Did we actually melt like a vintage Lego figure?
Luckily, no. Although we did experiment to see like, could we melt a vintage Lego figure? So we tried melting a kind of like a one-off Lego piece, one of the connectors, and it immediately started smoking. And we're like, okay, that doesn't seem safe. So then we took the heat gun to some 3D printed parts. Kind of the original plan was to use 3D printed Tahu for the melting. But that also started smoking and releasing noxious fumes, and that seemed even less safe. So ultimately, to melt this guy, we used clay. This is a prop I wish we still had. It was so cool. But one of our VFX artists, Bryce.
It's the remains of Tahu.
This is all that's left. This is a mix of clay and crayon wax to get that like gold and sparkle texture. And then the head nub was made out of fluorescent crayon to get that like glow in the dark effect that it has. And so, yeah, we ultimately melted a clay Tahu. So the original is totally unharmed.
There you
I
go.
think that's good.
Yeah.
Well, for the figure's sake, but also for your guys' sake, because melting
Yes.
plastic is not
Melted
not a good
plastics,
idea.
yeah, I didn't expect the
don't do
smell to
that.
be that bad.
Oh yeah, it's not great. So there you go. The burning question is answered. Oh, what's up,
Oh,
Sam?
do we have like
We have a
video of
video?
the melting? Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
sick.
Yeah, we
Let's
can
yeah,
bring
show.
that up. Yeah, there. Okay, so there's the clay.
That's
And you got a
clay
heat gun,
Tahu.
Basically.
I
Yep.
assume?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see the shadow of the heat gun off screen. All
Yeah.
the materials melt at slightly different times. Uh, and the figure was really cool. I was really hesitant to melt it, and finally Max was like, it's time. We gotta melt it. And so we did it
Aw.
in one take, and it was perfect.
This is the extended edition. This is the
Yes.
Raiders of the Lost Ark edition. Like,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
A lot of the
Um,
tests we did
yeah.
too, I tried doing like different kind of armatures to hold it up. But ultimately with the clay figure, we put it on its side and melted it down against the blue screen so that gravity would pull all the drips down.
yeah. Movie
Yeah.
magic.
Clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, incredible. Well, we're gonna go through some of the fight and talk about some of the like tricks and things done to make the fight look like what it is, because there's some crazy stuff. Lots of stuff. The fight is way more practical than I think most people realize. Even I can't wait to talk about just the spinjitzu and like
Yes.
like
Oh
just
I have
yeah.
everything
questions.
with
Yeah,
Bionicle.
yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah. So, but Chad, I know you
yeah.
have some super chats that you
I
want to
sure
get to.
I sure do. We got a bunch, so let me try and go quick. Let's see. Cody says they'll be leaving soon, so I want to get this out of the way. Congrats on the fight. Just want to ask how much this stop motion fight cost you in terms of props / Legos.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, but I mean, as you can see, like, it was, to get the scale of the characters correct and everything like that, like, it was a lot of custom stuff that Apartment D, and as you can see behind them, a whole set is built of a volcano and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, Death Battles
Multiple
are
whole sets.
yeah.
Although some of
And
these were also reuses from past projects and things that we had. This was my Bionicle growing up.
yeah,
Um,
Oh,
one
we'll
of the
get to
animators.
that.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I want to
that's
talk about like how we came to this matchup because it's
Ooh,
very
hell yeah.
interesting to me. Yeah,
yeah. Well, so that's
keep
I was
going.
going to segue into that with a super chat that I had, which is
Sure.
so Matthew said, "What led you to commission Apartment D to animate this battle out of other stop motion animators?" Yeah, and so, man, one, they reached out. Two, two, they're awesome at what they do, and
Oh, thank you.
like Ismahawk, they're very passionate about what they do. And so, when we got to chatting about like potential matchups, we had a list of like, these are the kind of ideas that we've kind of seen from the community that might be good in the stop motion. And Sean was just like, oh, like, like so excited and just like, oh, like everybody there was just like, this is gonna be so awesome. And like, he's like, I love Bionicle, I love Lego. Like, this is what, like,
Yeah.
he's like, I have it. He like goes and pulls it up, he's like, this is like my Bionicle.
I think
And it's like,
Bionicle had come up. So, like I said, we'd been talking since like 2019 or something like that. I think we had mentioned Bionicle at some point. But like there were some. I think it was Ballot Banters, and I know there was a pitch as well that talked about Bionicle, as well as Ninjago. We got multiple pitches for Ninjago as well
yeah,
as Ballot Banter submissions, and it kind of got me thinking, like, okay, Ninjago and Bionicle actually match up fairly well in terms of like abilities and lore and things like that, and would be kind of fun to do a Lego fight, and would make sense for them to be stop motion. So we again brought this whole list of potential matchup ideas and also asked these guys, what kind of characters would they like to explore. And Bionicle crossed over, and we were like, all right, what about this Bionicle matchup? What about Kai versus Tahu? And I know a point that came up was, okay, this is going to be like our first ever stop motion episode. These guys' first, stab at a death battle. do we want to do an episode that we know is going to get a lot of views? I know that was a talking point that came up, right? Like, should we do characters that are going to have the biggest fan base, the biggest like audience to potentially come and click on it so that it does a lot of views or whatever? Or do we let them go with the passion project? And ultimately, I was like, look, these guys are clearly fans of these characters. Let's go with the passion project. It's gonna be so cool.
I think Sean was even trying to sell us at one point. He's like, actually, the Bionicle fan base is very passionate. If anybody does anything,
but I was yeah, man, you guys are clearly gonna do well with a Tahu fight. Let's fucking go. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
So we ended up going with that. I have no idea how well the episode's gonna do in terms of views. I don't fucking care. What matters to me is it's fucking awesome. So it's great. I'm so glad we ended up going with this pairing.
And that's that's super important
Hell
to us. I mean, that's what we think. I mean, makes Death Battle so special is that, like, you know, everybody on the team is passionate about what they do, and we always want to make sure that they get to, you know, stretch their creative ability in their own and put their own things into every fight that they do. And I mean, Sean, you can say how many times on the calls were we just like, well, what are you more excited about? You know, like,
like, Bionicle just speaks to something deep inside my soul.
Dude, like I was around the right age too. I was 10, I think 10 when Bionicle came out. I got like the original Toamata figures, or a couple. Me and my brother had a couple of them. We got the comic books in the mail. The original 15 or whatever. I remember as a kid reading them and thinking, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
The comic is like, it's fine. It looks cool. The plot is a confusing mess, but whatever.
Yeah.
Bionicle's awesome.
And especially like the early days of really all of Bionicle, but especially the early days, the story is told in like 5 different mediums at any given point. And so it's like as a kid, I was like reading the comics, I was like, this is cool. I have no idea what's happening, but that guy looks cool.
Yeah.
There's a great video by this guy Ben Saint that's like a 13-hour deep dive on Bionicle that I watched it when it came out. I was like, oh wow, I understand a lot more now.
How did I miss all that? Oh, it takes 13 hours to explain. That's why I missed
yeah.
Yeah, it's very like Transformers coded, right? Where like it looks cool and like, you know, you can like read a comic or whatever and go like, I don't know what's going on, but it looks cool. But then when you get really into it, it's got way too much, maybe for its own good.
It's crazy complex.
Yeah. All right. Is there another super chat you want to hit?
Tons. Yes. Yeah. So 10 Tails with $100 super chat says, tell us the truth. How long did the stop motion take? 3 months, 2 months, maybe even 5 months in the making? I'm only guessing. This is actually pretty cool. P.S. Chad and Ben, I'm so sorry about what my pitcher is going to do later today with his pitch. Oh, fun. Okay.
Oh, no.
We'll see what that is. But yeah, so how long is a great... I've seen a couple of questions about, how long did it take?
Well, so we were talking, I think like we launched back in January, doing like R&D and pre-production. I'm trying to remember when the stop motion started. I think we were building like late March and April. Actually, maybe like mid-March and April is when we started doing the build, which the biggest part of the build was kind of going through our library of props and digging out old ones and figuring out what new things we need to make. A lot to build this guy. I want to say April is when we started animating, and pretty much animated up till the end of July. So however many months that is.
Yeah, looking at it, it looks like we finished the battle script around February. So it was a lot of pre-production building up to April, and then April's when I believe animation really started going. But yeah, I mean there were a ton of different things to do, and I mean we can like start going through some of this in particular. The volcano, the whole set in particular. There are multiple sets, but there's like the beach set, which comes up later. This sequence, which small detail. I love the water in this shot. Oh my god!
You too, dude. When I saw that, I was like, oh, they're just flexing with that shot right there. Like they didn't have to do the wave, but like.
This is such a weird question to ask about like Kai versus Tahu, but how did you do the water?
So the water. Oh, I think I have the material in here. Well,
Also,
it's
yes,
amidst
everybody.
everything.
Bunch of people noticed the little Easter egg, the throwing disc there, which is great.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Robot Torch is so cool. So the water was a mix of wooden dowel covered in blue tape, and then a couple layers of blue fabric. There was various degrees of translucency. One had a bunch of sparkles on it, and the animator for that shot animated the dowel underneath the surface, just kind of like moving it
Oh,
along.
yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. And then uh, I don't think it shows up too much here, but there's some forced perspective going on. There's a huge gap between where the water is and the beach set. And so the cotton is attached to the edge of the beach set when it like hits the foam of the wave and comes up.
Yeah. So awesome.
Yeah.
I saw so many people being like, man, it's so cool the way y'all use cotton.
Thank you. Oh, cotton is so much fun to animate
that comes
with.
up a little bit later here as well, right? There it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, this stuff is fantastic. A lot of this is from American Girl dolls and other like stuffed animal figures.
No.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. It's not just cotton. It's the internal organs of previous dolls.
Innards.
Innards.
It's the guts and gore.
Yeah.
It's
no.
American Girl guts.
This fight is actually way more violent than we thought.
Oh yeah. R-rated fight.
Literally throwing guts at each other. But also the fire. So many of the fire effects. Like I love this. Like it's like a lot of this kind of art form is trying to make things really unique and cool. And this applies to like all forms of like video and audio and whatnot. You try to make things really cool without people noticing why it's cool. But like the blade clash here, where they're pushing against each other, it's such a little thing. But having the flames crawling up the katanas,
Hell yeah,
and just like rapidly going back and forth is really clever, I think. So just to really like emphasize that like strength that Tahu's pushing against him. Can you talk a little bit about just like the fire effects that you guys went with?
Totally, yeah. The fire effects are mostly made out of tissue paper. Here's one of the fully pre-made flames. This was actually from Kemi's short film Paper Daughter, which just so happened to also have a lot of fire in it. And so we had a bunch of this around. I was like, can I use this in the death battle? And she was like, yeah, go for it. So some of it's composited in, so it has that like little extra glow. For that, we animated it on what's called a down shooter, where the camera is pointed down at a glass plane, and you can not have to worry about gravity. But then, like for that sword clash, we had smaller strips of orange and yellow tissue paper, and the animator would just tack it onto the swords and animate it going up.
Yeah, or like when he pops it into his hands later too.
Yeah, totally. That prop is long gone, but it was a very cool invention of the animator Capsule Ghost. He kind of like, or they spun around a little wad of the tissue paper and created a holding piece that can fit into the minifigure's hand, and then just rotated it. Kind of like if you've seen like those like Disney style flames where they're just like a piece of paper rotating with a light underneath. Yeah, you can kind of see in the one near camera, there's like a little handheld piece for him to interact with.
Super
love
cool.
that. Speaking of lighting effects and fire, what about the spin jitsu tornado? Because this thing,
I've wanted
when
to
you first showed me this prop and how it works, mind blown. I was like, these guys are perfect for this.
Hell yeah. The spin jitsu tornado was made by our art director, Marissa, and is so cool.
Look at that thing. That's crazy.
I saw some people being like, "Oh, it's cool that they did the spin jitsu in 3D," and I'm like, "Nope,
not even close."
It is a prop, and then not only is it a physical prop, you have a way to light it up, right?
Yes. Yeah. technically it's 3D because we are in 3D reality.
Sure.
To light it up, we use for like I don't know, over a decade I've been animating with different kind of like bike lights and LED lights. And so I have this superpower LED, and to light it up, you put it in the top where there's this translucent bit. Originally, there's rigging that connects via a magnet here, and then a drill bit here so it can register on the ground. When you add the light in, uh, it illuminates this like I think it's old orange bubble wrap and plastic wrap that's painted fire colors.
Guys, like,
Look
what
at
the
that.
hell?
And then the final bit of the magic trick is under camera we shoot with what's called a long exposure, like 1 second or 2 to 4 seconds, and literally spin it under camera. And so that gets the motion blur while the camera's taking in all of the light information. Yeah, this thing was
Dude.
a lot of fun to animate.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy just how much goes into that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so good.
That's awesome.
I guess as they went
Thank you.
beyond on this one, absolutely. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Just the dude says, I guess a good question would be what in the animation wasn't stop motion?
Was it like a physical prop? I mean, not a lot. Obviously, there were some like compositing of some effects on top of, like you mentioned, some of the fire was, composited on top. There's some hand drawn like explosions and things like that.
Yep.
But like for this shot, is any of this outside of just the glow effect on Tahu? What are we looking at here?
So this shot, the fire in the foreground are from Paper Daughter. It's loops of fire. I guess those were stop motion animated, just from another project. The fire absorbing around him is actually from an animation test I did back in 2017.
Wow.
It was just wasn't really anything. It was just kind of abstract color shapes doing some cool things that I thought would be fun. And for the absorption effect, I stumbled across it. I was like, "Oh, this is actually perfect." The glowing effect around Tahu, for the absorption effect, is this Lego piece that I hit
Wait.
with a UV light. And
It is a physical
going around.
piece?
It
Yeah.
is. Oh my
I
god, that's
actually didn't know
amazing.
that.
Oh yeah, nearly everything.
Also, wait, hold that piece back up.
Oh yeah.
I know that piece. I had that as a
Yeah.
kid. What the heck was it from?
It's from one of
Yeah.
the like space Lego
Yeah.
sets. Yeah. I got one of those somewhere.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my god, that's incredible.
Yeah, this thing is so much fun.
Oh,
Nearly everything is physical in some way. Even the actually, give me 1 moment.
sure. We can hit some super chats while you're grabbing some stuff.
Yeah, let me do that for sure. Vambulator, if I
This
had
is
a
incredible. I
bio,
love this.
if I had a bionicle, for every death battle where you melt someone's entire face off, absolutely murdering them in the process. I've had way too many nickels. Really cool episode though. Yeah, well,
Whoa, what is this? What are we looking at?
Even the speed lines in the background are watercolor paintings. These are actually from my college thesis film, and I've just had them since that point. They're made by my friend Robin, and they're super cool.
Wait,
So-
what's a shot that those show
what
up
shot
in?
uses that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all over the place. This one in particular, I think, became part of the Nova Blast that Tahu does at the end, or seeing like the Eye of God, basically.
Is that it? Is this it?
That's one of them. This one actually shows up, I guess, throughout the video. The radial speed line. It's really fun. I think it's really
Yeah.
cool.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
I'm not gonna lie. I assumed you did that in post. Like that's wild.
I mean, technically yes. Like,
Well, yeah, but you know
it's
what I
put
mean.
together in post.
All
Yeah.
digital, right? That's
Right.
what he means. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, the
Wow.
only all digital thing, I think in this video, some of the lens flares are enhanced digitally, and then the facial animation for Kai was entirely done in Blender, and composited in After Effects with a really cool face rig called Mecha Face, which I learned very quickly. I'm still pretty new to Blender, but the guy that made it has a great tutorial, and I like very quickly learned how to do the facial animation.
Well, you did
Um,
it really well, and we had a
Thank
super chat
you.
from Dude Blade was saying, is there a reason why there wasn't a base face to work with?
Uh, Really just like really a concern over lip sync. It's something that we do a lot of work with toy companies like Mattel, and so way long ago we would do practical faces like cut paper and other forms of practical mouths, but we would always get uh, notes or just like find like points where we want to adjust the timing, and then it's a whole hassle to change how the lips look and or like the eyes. And so we've been leaning into a lot more digital faces for the last couple years on both uh, like toy jobs, but also our own work with Danger Dogs. Really trying to figure out how to like kind of combine CG and stop motion together.
Well, you did a great. I know you're going to.
Thank
I
you.
saw people comment and be like, "I love that they even put the effort in to put the Lego shine like on
Yeah.
his face over the mouth." Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a digital mouth, so that was intentionally placed then, right?
Yes. And the shadow
Amazing.
is technically also digital. The original the original Kai was shot on blue screen for this shot, and he wasn't in that much shadow, but I really wanted the lava to look imposing. So I duplicated the layer and did some post magic to get that like shade and slight glow on the edge.
Yeah, and hold that figure up again. Santiago just posted a super chat asking about the Lego pieces. So, just for comparison's sake, like again, this is a custom built Kai figure basically that's much larger than normal. So it
Yes.
wasn't the actual Lego piece, but it is obviously based on the Lego figure.
Yes.
But the actual Lego figure is he's there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The when he goes dragon form, that's the actual Lego figure. But rest of the time he's a what in my mind I've been calling him Composite Kai because uh, I was like what costume should Kai wear? And he's got like I think like 88 different costumes at this point.
Yeah.
So they're all combined together for the a classic but stylized look. Like his hood is the ZX hood, but his costume's more like the original costume of Kai.
Yeah,
Uh,
there was a lot of discussion about like, do we have him in like the deep stone armor? Do we have a specific mask or whatnot?
Hmm.
And yeah, ultimately it came down to like, I was like, what do you guys think will look best in the animation? We'll go with whatever, it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, classic look all the
Yeah,
way.
especially to make this figure, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah.
yeah, love
Definitely,
that.
yeah.
Speaking of, did you guys see that the voice actor for Kai saw the episode and did a
Yeah.
social reaction to it?
Oh my god, so cool.
It was great. That was really fun.
That's fun.
When he put the sunglasses on at the same time
Yeah.
Kai did, I lost it.
Yeah, that was great. That was really, really cool to see.
Yeah. How about the glass effect? Because I think one of the things
Ooh.
we talked about very early on, as we're going through the script and planning out the fight, we're always talking to you guys about like what's doable, what do you want to make, what's something that won't really work. And one of the things that I was a little like uncertain about was like, can we make the glass effect work? Him turning sand to
And yeah.
glass, and then you did this
Yeah.
crazy sequence. You want to talk about that?
Totally. This was definitely like a challenging shot to kind of like navigate in the moment. This was another one animated by Capsule Ghost did the first half and I did the second half, and then Marissa art dressed in the middle. So the first half is oh man. Okay, so the first half, this part, the sand are actually rock cutters that we used a heat gun to affix this material called kinetic sand onto to get those like big waves.
Yep.
The fire is forced perspective. It's like the kind of thing that's used in the Lord of the Rings movie to make Gandalf seem taller,
Right.
where we would have fire pieces and get them right next to camera so they looked super big. We actually used the Spinjitzu Tornado for a bunch of these. If you go frame by frame,
Oh
you
yeah,
can
there it is.
see,
There it is.
yeah. So it's a force perspective, and shaking to camera. One of these shots, you can see the animator's hand still in frame, but it's like,
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Actually, go back like 2 frames.
Yep.
Right there,
There it is.
the
That was
top
it.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then when we switch to the sand, it's actually it's a couple different materials. The big walls are repainted mountains with color shift paint from teal to pink. Then we have these little bits of glass from that have been bouncing around for a while.
Oh my gosh.
Plus
Oh
some
yeah, yeah,
aluminum
yeah. Kind of
foil.
scattered
Yeah.
around the bottom
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And the crystals are from a Hot Wheels job we did a bunch of years ago. Most of them are in use on another project now, but yeah, this is the one that I have access to.
Amazing.
And then,
How
yeah,
big
lots
is y'all's like prop warehouse? Like like how much stuff do y'all
not
have?
big enough.
Okay.
I mean, you said earlier that they haven't to get a second one, right?
Yeah, we literally it what one day maybe if we have like an Indiana Jones style warehouse. I don't even know if that would be big enough.
Well, so I mean, that was one of the things was like Rooster Teeth, right? Because like being in
Mm,
production for so long, and like we accumulated so many props and things and stuff that we had an
yeah.
airplane hangar basically. And you had like
Yeah.
everything you could think of. It was the weirdest thing to be able to be like, oh, do we want to do a skit with a suit of armor? Oh yeah, we got 3. You know, so it's like we can just go like it's
Oh, it's so
crazy. So
cool.
like, yeah.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, I imagine. Good.
Just so you guys know that these guys are legit when it comes to Bionicle. These I can't remember what they're called. The birds were Sean's
Gecko
suggestion.
birds.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Those are
Uh,
actually thanks to we worked with this really cool story artist, Muthrodex Productions. And when we were like working through the animatic and kind of figuring everything out, the plan was for Tahu to get kicked, do an anime roll, and bonk his head. And Muthroid added in the Gecko birds. And the moment I saw those, I was like, oh, like literally perfect. That's so funny.
That's awesome. Well, well, about the island, we had a super chat from Scuzz earlier. It says, "Was the island directly based off of the island from Toa versus Pirates: The Misadventures of Brickbeard #4?"
Not directly based, but I know what Toa versus Pirates is, and I guess like through like the archetype, yes, but not directly based off it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Cool.
but it is like the archetype of island.
yeah.
Yeah. Ben, go back. Okay, the Lego skeleton is one of my favorite parts of the fight. Like
Thank you.
that what makes it feel so like Lego, right? Is that like, oh my god, because you know, it was really cool. We got to brainstorm some stuff, and whatever. But that was a surprise to me when I saw it, and it absolutely cracked me up.
There he is. Yeah.
Like,
It was
We had
one of
3 of
the
them.
What- one of the there's a great little like shot, and these guys are releasing it behind the scenes on their channel Apartment D Films. There's a great little shot in their trailer for it of how they did the skeleton, and it's just like on like blue clay or something, right? In order to get the
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah, so it's this material called blue tack. I think it Loctite might be the brand.
oh yeah, yep.
But it's yeah, it's for like hanging photos on the wall.
Oh yeah.
And it was not a pre-planned thing to do that. I was animating the skeleton on a blue screen and trying to figure out how to get the limbs to hold up. And so I started adding some blue tack and just kept adding more. And eventually I was like, wait a second. And so I just made a pancake of blue tack to add him onto. And it worked incredible. It keyed immediately. It was incredible. So
Yeah, makes
definitely
sense.
using that again.
Discovering
Yeah.
new techniques on the fly. I mean, that's part of it, right? Like that's how this works.
Yep.
Literally, yeah. That's one of the beauties of stop motion. It's like a really organic process and a lot of like almost improvisational sometimes. Where like in the moment, the puppets you're animated or the materials almost have a mind of their own, and you're kind of following along and trying to like bring out the best in them.
Yeah.
That's super
Yeah,
cool.
it's often
It's a lot
talked
of
about
fun.
how like in with filmmaking techniques, when you were filming, a typical live action movie, a lot of the process happens like in recording and afterwards, right? In the production post. But with like traditional animation, a lot of it happens in pre-production. You basically have to plan out all of your shots and all of your cuts and stuff ahead of time before animation is made. And stop motion is like this unique blend of the two. I feel like
Yes.
where you can do it does rely a lot on the pre-production, but there's like you said, sort of this like evolving process with it as it goes, which is very fun.
Absolutely.
Makes it a very unique style compared to all the others. And they're all
Absolutely.
already very unique in their own ways. So very special kind of process and very cool to watch come together. Having
Yeah.
meetings with these guys where they were like, typically we have, meetings with animators to like check in on progress and give notes and stuff. And so many of the meetings that I had with these guys, they were like, hey, here's what we made the past week. They would show off the shots and I'd be like, cool. That's all I got. That was all. No notes. You guys are kicking ass. It's like it's just incredible.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I
We'd
remember
have
when
our
we...
like.
Oh, no,
Go
no,
ahead.
you go, Chad.
I was gonna say we'd have our like team meeting, and the rest of the team would be like, "Is there like any more shots or like any updates on like the apartment D?" Because they
Hell
wanted to see
yeah.
what y'all were working with. It was great.
I
And on the
remember
topic of the skeleton,
doing this
yeah,
the first time. That was a really
yeah.
fun meeting.
The first time you showed me that and how it worked, mind blown, crazy. So I remember seeing the skeleton shot for the first time and thinking like, oh, that's great. That works really well. But part of the like, I guess challenging aspect of this episode is we're using Lego characters, right? And that's inherently a very silly concept. But Ninjago and especially Bionicle take themselves very seriously.
Yes.
So there was and not to a detriment or anything like that, right? Like that's part of the reason why these shows work. Part of the reason why Ninjago has gone on for 15 seasons is because it's maintained like a genuine like seriousness approach to it. They didn't do that with the Ninjago movie, and that's why that movie didn't do so hot, right? So, or at least it's one of the reasons that people will say. But Ninjago has been very like pretty consistent in how it approaches its tone and whatnot. And it's definitely lighthearted. It's not like it's dark or anything like that. But Bionicle is also kind of the same way, where it takes itself very seriously. It's not a very humorous series. Again, not in a bad way. But it deals with serious topics. Like it's kind of inspired by cancer of all things. So like it's
Yeah.
obviously gonna be kind of an intense story, right? So going into this, I really didn't want the episode to feel jokey, right? I didn't want it to feel like, oh, we're going to give it the Marvel treatment, or they're commenting on how they're like Lego figures or whatever. But I still wanted to have some of that fun. So, like, one of the things we did when we were sound designing for it, Philip Span, our sound designer, asked, like, well, is there a place that I can add like Lego clicks, like of pieces connected together?
Yeah.
And we were like, I was like, well, there's a lot of masks being put on. So every
Hell
time
yeah.
a mask is attached, whether it's like Tahu's masks or when Kai pulls over his hood, there's like a Lego click. We talked about potentially bringing in the death sound from the Lego games, right? That is in it there as well. It's when Kai loses a bunch of his costume. So like, there's like fun stuff in there, but I didn't want any of it to be like super forefront or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So finding that mix of tones was a little tricky, but I think we pulled it off.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the Lego clicks in the sound design are so good. Like, yeah,
Oh,
when
fun.
Kai masks up,
Philip's very,
I love that
very
moment.
talented. Yeah, I picked up on this immediately, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. I love the little extra the little clicky clicks."
Yeah. And we had to get the Lego death sound in there somewhere, right? Like, it was tricky finding a good spot for it, but I think Philip came up with a pretty good solution. And I
100%.
know, so we're kind of wrapping up on time here, so I want to like make sure we get to some of the big things you guys wanted to talk about. Again, we will have fireside chat tomorrow where we can talk more about the episode. But
Yeah.
is there any like big thing like that you worked on, Sean, that
Ooh.
you want to like talk about or show off or anything like that?
One thing that I'm very happy with how it came together was Dragon Form Kai. So for most of Kai, he's the stop motion puppet. For Dragon Form, he's the minifigure. But the minifigure doesn't have the glowing effect like he does in the show. All their armor kind of has this like golden outline to it. So what we did was use fluorescent paint and contoured all of the edges of this guy. So that way, when you apply a UV light to him, the edges
Ah,
all glow. So
Oh,
that's
cool.
how you got that
yeah,
look.
yeah, totally. Same with the rising dragon technique. That's a quick MOC I did that looks very silly in person. But when you apply the black light and do some post magic, this guy looks pretty fire.
Oh my god. Yeah, wait, while you're still holding it, let's cut back because I've got it up on the YouTube. Like compare, contrast, right?
Yes.
Incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
On stage, just like the colors make no sense, but pull the UV as a channel, and suddenly it all comes together. Yeah,
That's
Love
crazy.
that.
getting
Yeah,
experimented with UV lights was so much fun.
yeah. Chat's freaking out that the glow was practical. They thought that was that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So I
Um,
will say I've seen we've had a handful of super chats that they were like, "How with the lava surfing?"
oh,
Like that, especially that whole shot where like he's at the peak and it's like, yeah,
Just the
totally.
volcano in general and the lava surfing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the lava surfing was actually just like a pretty like normal technique. We filmed him on blue screen. So Tahu's lava board comes together like this, get him in a cool pose, and then film him on blue screen. Our DP Warren put a bunch of like red and yellow lights underneath to simulate the glow of the lava. The lava itself is animated clay on the down shooter. So it's I think we backlit it from two sides to give it that glow effect, and it's just red clay animated frame by frame. And the surfing was like
Wow.
one of the first big jobs we did for American Girl. Was a series where they surf a lot. We're like, how are we gonna do that? And we brought that exact technique, but swapped out the water for lava this time.
Hold on. You
I know
worked on
that's a whole lot
American
there.
Girl and then you gutted them to use their innards for effects?
Oh yeah. Well, part of the process actually for American Girls are not super animatable, so we gutted them and then put wire armatures in. But then we had all these guts around, so we're like, might as well use them for some cool effects.
So the American Girl animation you did is basically puppeting their corpses.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a weekend at Bernie's kind of thing.
Incredible.
Well, if y'all
Oh my
learned one thing
god.
here today,
Oh,
um,
okay.
we've got a good handful of super chats addressing our next time. I'll quickly say it. Michael
Sure.
is just like Michael says, I must applaud you boys. You played your parts well last ballot banner, acting like you had no interest in the Shadow versus Mewtwo run back, knowing full well you had plans for it to be the next episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sean, you want to say something else?
So another fun thing with the shot when they're doing the like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting.
Mhm.
The motion blur was just using the Tahunuva mechanics.
Yes, I love
So
that so
yeah,
much.
that was
I've
so
got
much
it up
fun.
right now.
Ben actually,
Yeah, if you are familiar with the figure, they all had a little dial that would move their arms around, which is why this shot exists at all. It's
Yes.
great.
Oh, that
yeah,
was so
Ben
much fun.
specifically pointed that out to me. He's like, did you ever have play with Bionicles? I was like, no, I never did. He's like, well, that's what they actually. He's like, that shot is actually like when you were a kid, you just flail it and it looked like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah.
You can
So,
see it. If you look over his shoulder here, you can see
Yeah.
the gear, the dial spinning through the whole shot.
Yeah.
Because that's what is required in order for this to work.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the animator of that shot, Hans, had also grew up on Bionicles and just like in heaven doing this.
yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
Specifically. Okay, when Kai is dodging the laser eyes,
Oh.
is that a symbol? Did that spell something? It looks so intentional that I'm like, what are you like trying to create? Like summon the devil? Like what's happening? Like with this? Like
I wish. That was
I
another
wish.
one that
I wish we were
Yeah,
summoning the devil.
yeah,
I have that prop actually.
Oh yeah, it's like a wall, right? Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
big clay wall. The
Whoa.
symbol does not mean anything. We animated the
That you
shot.
know of. I don't know. Now that
You
we're
know
showing
of.
the whole thing.
I
thing
might be
is-
summoning a demon right now.
Oh yeah, well, see, our community won't believe that. Our community right now is probably posting on the Discord, being like, "Okay, this has
What
got to
is
be a
it?
symbol that like is going to reveal a future death battle or something."
Dude, I
Kind
wish.
of looks like a fish.
Kinda does. Yeah, we animated that shot, and then at the very end, Hans and I were looking at it, and we're like, "Huh, we should have made that a symbol. That would have been really cool."
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, what
Next
matters
time.
more is the action of it, right? The back and forth, which looks really cool.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, did we
Oh,
have
cool,
a
we have a
little
video
behind
for
the
it.
scene
Yeah.
of it? Cool.
This is the making of.
Oh, perfect. Oh my god, the actual
Look at how much goes
Yeah.
into this. Look at that, like.
And so
Oh,
the wall is I think it was 4 layers of clay that Marissa put together from like red, orange, light brown, and then the darker brown of the magma chamber. And so each frame, Hans would scoop out a little bit of the clay and get that melting effect.
yeah.
The lasers are a mix of these like green Lego pieces,
Yeah,
UV
from the
lit.
space set. Yeah.
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 So some of them are on the wall, and then some of them are right next to the camera to get that like laser glow,
Oh my gosh.
kind of laser beam, I guess, heat vision beam.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
you see it there. Like you can see it on
Yeah.
the end of the thing. It's the actual. It's that being lit.
Yeah, you get a
Exactly.
frame of the green glow
Yeah,
for each movement. Yeah. Amazing.
dude.
That one was so much fun.
How long, like that was all like a sped up sequence. Like how long did that take? Do you know?
That shot, I want to say took uh oh man, so Hans was working at a costume shop during the day. During that time, I would come by evenings to animate. So it took, I want to say, like 4 days, but like 4 hours each of those days. So whatever that math works out to, 16 hours, I
Holy
guess.
crap.
Yeah.
Also wanted to point out the transformation into the golden armor and all these
Oh, yeah.
different versions of Tahu that flash on screen. What's going on here?
So that was another kind of spontaneous moment. We kind of like while we were doing it, the story artist Mutroid pulled from the Guyver transformation sequence for this. And so we wanted to give like a big kind of like almost like an anniversary feel to when Tahu like hits his final form. And so originally it was just going to be like the forms that appeared, Mata and Nuva forms, but Hans had the like buildable Lego one, and he had just picked up the minifigure the day before, and was just like, "Oh, we gotta put this in," and we got really excited about it, and yeah, it works really well.
I love it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Definitely not originally planned, but it's so good. Also, the buildable
Oh, yeah.
one is so goofy.
The build
looking.
one's so funny.
It's so funny. Look at that thing. Yeah, it is very funny as well that you mentioned Guyver, because we've had a few people in the community that are really passionate about
Oh, yes.
Guyver.
Oh,
Oh,
So
yeah.
now they're gonna be like, oh, they'll do a Guyver matchup.
Yeah, for
Love it.
sure.
And then
I will say-
I also wanted to talk about there's a particular shot which you guys did pretty early. It was one of the first finished shots, I
Oh.
think. And it's not
Oh.
even like the craziest shot in the world. It's just Kai landing.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, this shot blows my mind, and I've seen people talking about it. Just
Same,
how
it's
smooth
so
this
smooth.
landing is.
Oh,
Look
thank
at
you.
this shot. How do you do this? Like, what's going on here? Because this is the
So-
secret to the shot, right? Like
Yeah.
the squash and stretch is a common like
Yeah.
technique in animation, but doing it in stop motion is crazy.
Oh, yeah. This shot was definitely one that because like going into this, I knew a ton about Bionicle. I remember when we were looking at one of the scripts, we were asking like any ideas for Kai and Tahu, and I was like, tons for Tahu. I don't really know who Kai is. So I binge watched all 15 seasons of the original Ninjago in like a month. Uh, and I'm a Ninjago fan now. It's really cool. Uh, so this is a reference to his return in Dragon's Rising season 2, I think, maybe 3. Uh, so it's a camera move on doing this thing that's called animating on ones instead of on twos. So it's animated 24 images each second to get the reference image. And I tilted the camera down and moved it back on the tripod while having Kai come down. To get the stretch, I popped his leg off and used a little bit of clay. See if I can kind of mimic it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's clay forced perspective to the camera, way closer than you would expect it to be. If you look, you can kind of see that there's a blurriness to that leg, different from the rest of him, because this is in a different part of the depth of field. And yeah, that was that part of the magic trick.
Yeah, Kino had a super chat earlier. So the squash and stretch you achieved in stop motion is insane. The shot of Kai landing in the volcano specifically made me go, "How the fuck did they do that?" The clay work was incredible.
Thank you.
It's also fascinating to me that there will be some shots that are like the most insane shit is happening on screen. Like the whole sequence with the Spinjitzu burst versus the Nova Blast is just wild.
Oh
But
yeah.
then
Thank
also
you.
it's just a shot of Kai landing on a rock. And it's
Yeah.
like has the
That's it.
same sort of reaction of how do they do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess
yeah.
just to wrap this up, because I know we got to wrap up the show here, but like, do you want to talk a little bit about this ending sequence?
Totally. Yeah. The Nova Blast and Spinjitzu Burst was something I really wanted to get right. Spinjitzu Burst, we had the reference of Cole doing it in the show. And so it's like, okay, we have a tornado, we'll do some post magic and like it's gonna look like this. But Nova Blasts were never seen in the source material for Bionicle. There's like in one of the blogs, Golly does a water Nova Blast, and it's mentioned. In one of the comics, Joller almost does a Nova Blast, but it's at the last minute. It's like no. And so yeah, we didn't have a lot to go off of visually. So there's this website called the Great Greg Archives that documents all of Greg Farshti's posts on the Bionicle forums back in the day. And amidst all of the talks of Nova Blast, there's one that asks about Tahus, where someone asks, would that be like a nuclear explosion? And Greg says, no, it's more like the firestorm of Dresden in 1945 from World War II. And so
very specific.
very specific. And so I was like looking for reference of that. There's not a lot. But then Cami suggested, okay, what kind of explosions did they use? They used like napalm, phosphorus, I think. And so kind of from there, I started to develop this like fiery explosion feel. And what brought it all together was using these radial speedline assets. Oh yeah. To make this like Eye of God. Specifically, I pulled from this painting from Dante's Paradiso.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I went very hard to. This to me was like I wanted to get this right so much, and finally at the end it came together.
So for again, why did we choose to work with Apartment D? This is why. Like you could have just been like, I can make a big explosion. You're like, nope. He said it looks like this. Let me go find the reference from the war. Wait, what would the explosions of the war accurate be? Like, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, because you're right. It's not like a bomb going off. It is him literally expelling fire.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the idea of the Nova Blast, we kind of talk about it as like a planet destroying thing, but the idea is really like it would flood the planet with fire. Is how it would destroy it, right? So it's less of an explosion and more of a firestorm.
It's like from reading all of Greg's posts, it's like the idea is like the blast itself is like the size of the city of Metro Nui, which is like about the size of Tokyo. Not that big. Impressive, still impressive, but not that big. The planet destroying effects are like the fallout.
Right.
The firestorm is gonna spread around and really mess things up. And
Yeah.
the canon on Nova Blast is really iffy in a lot of places. Sometimes he's like, oh yeah, the master, or a gravity explosion blast could create a black hole. But this explosion blast, it could do a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the nature of a series like Bionicle.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Levi in
Well,
the
I
chat
know.
says, God, Sean is such a nerd. I love him.
Thank you.
Lots of
I
people saying they
mean,
could watch this cast all day. Yeah,
okay.
like,
And then I have one question for you, Sean.
Yes.
That uh that doesn't have anything to do with Tahu versus Bionicle. But every time we've talked to you, every time I've seen you, you're always wearing them. What's up
Oh
with
yeah.
the 3D shades?
You never know when you might need them. So just to be safe, I always wear them.
I love it.
Sometimes I forget, but I got I think like 40 different pairs of these right now.
oh man.
Uh, I think it started back in way back when I was in college. After seeing either Coraline or James Cameron's Avatar, with real Disney 3D glasses. And so I wore those for a while. They're technically like a better 3D technology, but the red and blue is way more practical. Uh, 2 years ago, I was at Disneyland with Cammy and her dad, and a guy in front of us had a Jack Skellington T-shirt with the red and blue on it. And Cammy's dad like ripped these off my head and was like, "We gotta check," and it worked.
No.
This Stranger sweatshirt was in 3D, so like truly, you
Oh
never
my
know.
god.
That's
Oh my
hilarious.
god. That's amazing.
I was just like, there was a time in the 90s where like the coolest character ever had the 3D glasses, like very zombies ate my
totally.
neighbors, right? So
Hell
like
Yeah.
you're keeping that
Exactly.
style alive, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. We're gonna
Okay, well, I feel like we could keep going forever, but
I
we do
know.
have to wrap things up. We will have Champion Cast in a bit. So Sean, if you're able to stick around, we can keep talking about this for the next 30 minutes or so. And,
Yeah,
if you're a
totally.
member of the channel, you will automatically be moved over to Champion Cast. Chad, is there something you want to touch on?
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for the super chats. We had a lot to talk about. I tried to work in whatever I could, but we did have like a big super chat from earlier from Captain Boomerang, which is a $50 super chat, who did the pitch for Tahu versus William Furno, which is Bionicle versus the Hero Factory. He's like, I don't know if you took anything we talked about for the pitch into the episode. So it was actually really funny when you were pitching that to us. We were already in production in the episode. And so I just remember being like, well, it's not the matchup he wants, but I hope he'll be pretty happy because we've got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you again for the support, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. And thanks everybody again for all the super chats and everything. And there's
we'll see if we
John,
can get to some super chats later
for sure.
during Champion Cast if you can
But
Totally.
make it for
yeah.
that. But
Just also a lot of love from the super chats and just chat in general for your work, Sean, and everybody's work at Apartment D. Like everybody feels the passion you guys put into it, and they really
Thank you all
appreciate
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was,
before we jump over
so
to
much
Champion
fun.
Cast, Sean, is there anything like coming up for Apartment D? Anything people should be looking out for? Definitely go subscribe to Apartment D Films on YouTube. But like, what's coming up next?
So a whole bunch of things in the works. We're working on a bunch of cool projects that I can't really talk about yet, but they'll be on various toy channels. Those are going to be a lot of fun, and kind of the next big thing that we're working towards is Rough Danger Dogs Episode 4. It's our indie animation series about a team of Power Ranger dogs learning to kind of band together and work through their differences and fight big bad guys in space. So
episodes 1 through 3 are on their YouTube channel right now. Go watch them.
Oh yeah.
Check them out. All right, we'll jump over to Champion Cast here now. Again, we got Fireside Chat tomorrow. That is at 5 p.m. Central. And of course, we got Ballot Banter as usual at 1 p.m. Central. If you are a member of the channel, you can check those out tomorrow. All right, stick around. We'll be jumping into Champion Cast. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.